I wanted to tell you a little story that really exemplifies great volunteer leadership versus terrible volunteer leadership and why it can feel so energy draining. So, like to preface, I'm about to brag so hard about the Soapbox volunteers because they're awesome. So we have great volunteers. But last summer, I was hosting a event for Pacific Northwest Climate Week, and we were working with a team of volunteers that weren't Soapbox volunteers, like just general people that signed up and volunteered for stuff. I was setting up the event, and I was asking this person, this one of the volunteers, I was like, "Hey, can you get me a Sharpie?" And this person goes, "Oh, I don't work here." And I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, aren't you volunteering here?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I don't know where the Sharpies are. Like I have no idea where to find them." And in the time it took for her to explain that sentence, the Soapbox volunteers like went around the room, found some Sharpies, found some sticky notes, labeled the food, like did all of the things. And that was the moment that I realized that something is working about our volunteer process. And so starting like 6 months ago, I made a very careful effort to distill this. So today is hopefully going to be some things that I've learned about like why are some volunteer groups amazing and why are some a little bit dysfunctional. On the theme of the Sharpies, last night we were hosting an event in Seattle, and I was calling out different themes for each table. And by the time I was done, magically on little tables, like little table signs appeared on each table with the table themes. And so I just think like one of the things that I really want to communicate here is I know it takes so much energy to decide how to manage like a whole team. Like volunteer management is such a huge task. And when you do it right, or when you do it well, I won't say right, there's so many ways to do it right, but when you do it well, you can have absolute magic occur in your community. So if you're in the first Sharpie camp and you're like, my volunteers suck, don't worry. They probably don't suck, and it's probably something that we can all do to improve communication.